our midterm examination. So today we're going to discuss yung ating regenerative Rankine cycle. And then as I have mentioned last week, we are going to have our quiz number 2 this week. So kailan pala kayo pwede for our quiz number 2? Our schedule on Wednesday ay tama ba? Hanggang 3:30. 2:30 to 2:30 to 5:30. Tama? 2:30 to 5:30. So okay ba kayo if Wednesday tayo mag-exam? Okay lang. Okay, so we are going to have our quiz number 2 on Wednesday. Okay. So for examination naman, lahat ba nakapag-exam? Kompleto naman. Okay, so hindi ko pa lang din siya tapos checkan. Parang nauna ko kasi yung sa O3. Ayan, so hindi pa nga siya tapos checkan. So once na natapos ko ng checkan yung ating midterm examination, I'll be going to upload na lang ulit sa ating classroom yung scores, and then next face-to-face natin, I will be going to distribute yung inyong examination para din for checking again ng inyong scores. Also, yung ating problem set, so pag natapos ko din checkan, i-upload ko na lang din sa ating classroom so that you are aware of your scores. Kasi para naman sa dulo, wala na din magtatanong kung bakit ganun yung nakuhang marka. So, check ko, ibabalik ko naman sa inyo lahat para ma-check nyo din. So, kung hindi ganun kaganda, yung naging result ng inyong quiz number 1, ng inyong midterm examination, and also ng inyong problem set number 1. So, meron pa naman pagbabawian. We still have our problem set number 2, our quiz number 2, at saka yung inyong final examination. So, you still have chance naman na makabawi in this subject. Okay. So, wait lang. Let me just arrange yung aking material for our discussion today. Can you now see my screen? Okay, so let's have the discussion itong ating Rankine, regenerative Rankine cycle. So we are already in chapter 5, and this will be the coverage of your quiz number 2. And then for our final examination naman, magdi-discuss pa tayo, which is yung ating reheat regenerative cycle. So that will be your final examination naman. So pinaghiwalay ko na din para din hindi din masyadong madami yung aaralin. So technically naman, yung final, aaralin ulit yung reheat saka yung ating regenerative. Kasi that will be the combination naman ng reheat at saka ng ating regenerative Rankine cycle. Okay, so let's start the discussion dito sa ating regenerative Rankine cycle. So, yung ating regenerative Rankine cycle, it is a practical regeneration process in steam power plants. It is accomplished by extracting or yung bleeding ng steam from the turbine at various points. So, kaya natin siya tinawag na regenerative. At some point sa ating turbine is tinatanggal natin yung nagkakaroon tayo ng extracting or bleeding ng steam na galing sa turbine para yung steam na yon is hindi na natin siya papadaanin sa ating condenser. So with that, dadaan yung ating steam na in-extract from our turbine sa ating mga feed water heater. Okay, so mas madali natin siyang maintindihan if we have the illustration. So let's have first yung ating mga concepts then. So regenerative not only improves the cycle efficiency, but also provides a convenient means of deaerating the feed water or removing the air that leaks in at the condenser. Okay, so to prevent corrosion in the boiler. So it also helps to control the large volume flow rate of the steam at the final stages of the turbine. So due to the large specific volumes at low pressure, so yung ating regenerative, parang ginagawa niya is binabawasan natin yung steam na yung steam sa mga final stages ng ating expansion sa turbine. So with that, nababawasan yung ating mga air leaks at saka yung moisture na nagko-cause naman ng corrosion sa ating boiler. So, yun yung dahilan kung bakit ginagamit natin yung ating mga regenerative process. Okay, so a feed water heater, so ito yung pinaka-component na i-add natin. We have our feed water heater. Yung ating feed water heater is basically a heat exchanger where heat is transferred from the steam to the feed water either by mixing the two fluid streams. So, ang didiscuss natin, we have our open feed water heater or pwede rin namang without mixing or yung ating closed feed water heater. So for today, our discussion will be focused dito sa ating open feed water heaters. Okay, so yung ating open feed water heaters, this is an open or direct contact feed water heater is basically a mixing chamber. So nagmi-mix lang yung mas mainit nating steam at saka yung ating feed water na galing naman sa ating condenser. Okay, so ito yung ating illustration para mas madali din natin ma-visualize paano ba nangyayari yung ating regenerative Rankine cycle. So this is with an open feed water heater. Okay, so this is just the same setup lang naman with our Rankine cycle. Ang naiba lang, we have the open feed water heater and also naging dalawa yung ating pump. Na-observe ba yun? And then, this is our regeneration. Kumbaga, we had our bleeding ng steam dito sa part na to so that that part of steam is hindi na dumiretso sa ating condenser. So, ngayon, paano ngayon yung magiging flow ng ating cycle? So, with the regenerative Rankine cycle, so we still have the same process. Yung boiler natin, again, sa boiler natin, nandyan yung ating Q-in. Yung ating feed water or yung papasok sa ating boiler is magiging superheated vapor. So ito, yung ating superheated vapor is pupunta sa ating turbine and it will be expanded sa ating turbine. So at some point dun sa ating turbine, sa kalagitnaan sa kalagitnaan ng expansion ng steam sa ating turbine is magbi-bleed tayo or magkakaroon tayo ng extraction ng steam mula sa ating turbine tapos dadalhin natin sa ating open feed water heater. Samantalang yung natitirang steam naman is magpapatuloy lang sa pag-expand dito sa ating turbine. And then kapag tapos na yung expansion process natin, yung ating steam na na-expand will go directly sa ating condenser. And again, we have our Q out sa ating condenser para maging liquid or saturated liquid yung ating steam. Okay? So now na saturated liquid na yan, ipapump natin yan papunta sa ating open feed water heater wherein yung ating steam na in-extract kanina dito sa ating turbine. So we have hot steam dito. And then, yung ating saturated liquid na galing sa ating condenser, wherein yung from our condenser, pinump natin papunta rito sa ating open feed water heater, magmi-mix ngayon yung ating dalawang fluid dito sa ating open feed water heater. So, kapag nag-mix na yung ating yung dalawa nating steam from the condenser at yung extracted natin sa ating turbine, ngayon mas mataas yung magiging temperature ng ating liquid, 'di ba? So pag mas mataas yung ating temperature ng liquid, so ipapump ngayon yung napag-mix natin na hotter or mas mainit na liquid from the open feed water heater is ipapump natin papunta sa ating boiler. So mas mataas na temperature, mas mataas na enthalpy ng ating fluid na papasok sa ating boiler, mas kokonti ngayon yung effort natin para maging superheated. Mas kokonti yung magiging energy na kailangan natin so that we can convert this feed water into a superheated vapor. Okay? So that is the process ng ating regenerative Rankine cycle. So naintindihan ba yung process natin? Okay, so that is a very critical concept. So dapat alam natin yung concepts kung paano gumagana yung ating regenerative Rankine cycle. Okay, so sundin na lang din natin yung numbering dito. Pero ano ba lang mas prefer nyo? Yung number 1 ba is ito? Yung from condenser to pump, or yung number 1 nyo is yung papunta sa turbine?
Papunta pong turbine.
Okay, so I think I can see din naman sa mga solution nyo that your number 1 talaga na ginagamit is itong ating papunta sa turbine. Okay, so disregard muna yung ating mga numbers dito. So we have yung ating state point 1, yung papunta sa ating turbine. Then state point 2, murahin lang natin. Ang state point 2 natin dyan ngayon is yung binilid natin na steam from our turbine. And then, our state point 3 is yung papasok sa condenser. We have our state point 4 dito, is our state point 5, state point 6, and state point 7. Okay, so again, this will be our state points. And then, ilagay natin siya sa ating TS diagram para mas madali din natin ma-visualize yung phase ng bawat state points natin. Okay, so again, ang state point 1 natin is yung papunta sa turbine natin. So we all know yung ating turbine, yung steam na papasok sa turbine is a superheated vapor. Okay, so nandito siya sa ating superheated region. And then mag-expand siya. And then at a certain point magbi-bleed tayo ng steam. So kung dito yung ating state point 1, yung state point 2 natin is i-bleed natin ngayon yung ating steam. Okay? So babawasan natin yan, yung steam natin, pero yung natitirang steam natin sa ating turbine will still continue to expand. So dediretso pa din yung ating expansion process kahit tumiwalay na yung ating state point 2. And then yung state point 3 natin is yung paglabas ng ating steam sa ating turbine. So this will be our state point 3. And then, dadaan ng condenser. Paglabas ng condenser natin, that is a liquid na. So yung liquid natin, ipapump natin. And then, ipapump natin siya sa ating open feed water heater. And then, magtatagpo ngayon yung ating state point 2 at state point 5 sa ating state point 6. So this is state point 2 ipapump natin. So, ito, ipinump natin. So, this will be our state point. This is our state point 4. Ipinump natin. This will be our state point 5. And then, magtatagpo ngayon yung state point 2 at state point 5 natin. And yung pinagtagpuan nila, that will be our state point 6. And then, since nagsama na yung ating 5 at 2, nandito na tayo sa ating state point 6, ipapump ulit natin yung ating feed water na napag-mix natin sa ating open feed water heater. And then, ipapump ulit natin. So, that will be our state point 7. Tapos, papasok siya ng boiler, kaya tataas yung ating temperature. Papunta, yung magiging phase na natin will be a superheated vapor. Taasan lang natin ng konti para mas kita. Okay, so this will be our TS diagram of the, this is a simple regenerative cycle with an open feed water heater. So this will be our TS diagram. Okay, so naintindihan ba yung ating explanation for our TS diagram? May question ba? So if you have questions, kindly erase na agad before we proceed dun sa ating sa mga sample problems. Wala namang questions? Okay, so I think we can proceed. Wait lang. Okay, so these formulas naman, this is just the same pwera lang dun sa ating na-bleed na steam. Kasi, mag-introduce tayo ng bagong term. Pero I think, mas madali natin siyang maiintindihan when it comes to our sample problem. So let's try solving na lang muna yung ating sample problem. Okay, so again, everybody kindly have this sample problem. I mean, kindly solve it together. Sabayan yung pag-solve natin. Kasi after the class again, I will be posting yung pagpapasahan nyo nung inyong sinolve. And that will serve as your attendance for today. Okay? So, yung additional formulas, I will be discussing naman dito sa ating sample problems. Okay. So, this is our sample problem. Consider a steam power plant operating on an ideal regenerative Rankine cycle with one open feed water heater. So, steam enters the turbine at 15 MPa and 600 degrees Celsius and is condensed in the condenser at pressure of 10 kPa. So, some steam leaves at turbine at the pressure of 1.2 MPa and enters the open feed water heater. So, we're going to determine yung ating fraction of steam extracted from the turbine and the thermal efficiency of the cycle. Okay, so paano yung magiging approach natin with this problem? So, again, uunahin natin kapag nag-solve tayo ng problems is our schematic diagram and kung kaya yung ating TS diagram. Okay, so first let's have our schematic diagram. Okay, so yung ating schematic diagram is makikita naman natin sa problem na we have an ideal regenerative Rankine cycle. So ibig sabihin that is just the generic design ng regenerative Rankine cycle. So we have our boiler. Tapos, steam. Yung superheated steam natin is pupunta sa ating turbine. i-extract natin yung some parts ng steam natin. And then, some of the steam is pupunta naman sa ating condenser. This will be our condenser. And then, yung ating in-extract na steam, yung condenser natin, yung liquid natin from our condenser is, wait lang, ipapump natin ngayon siya. So, this will be our pump number 1. Ipapump natin siya papunta sa ating open feed water heater. So, magtatagpo ngayon dito sa ating feed water heater. So, this is an open feed water heater. Yung galing sa ating in-extract na steam sa turbine at yung galing sa ating condenser. And then, ito naman yung ipapump natin. So, taasan ko na lang itong boil. So, we have our pump to dito. Yun ang ipapump natin sa ating boiler. Okay. So, lagyan lang natin ng arrow. Ayan. Okay, so, ang ginawa nga natin kanina, we have our... Wait lang. Okay, so ang ginawa natin kanina, ang state point 1 natin is itong papasok sa ating turbine. State point 2, yung nag-bleed na steam. State point 3 natin, itong papunta sa condenser. We have state point 4 here, 5, and then 6, 7. Okay, so ngayon, ang pinag-uusapan natin is may steam tayo na binilid sa turbine. Ibig sabihin, hindi 100% ng ating steam ang mapupunta sa ating condenser. So, ang gagawin natin, we are going to have a variable which is yung tatawagin nating steam, yung binilid natin na steam to be our Y. So, yung amount ng steam na lalabas sa ating turbine ay yung in-extract natin, that will be our Y. Or that is our extracted steam from the turbine. So, this is the fraction of steam. Again, that is a fraction. So, that is percentage ng steam na in-extract natin from the turbine. So, kung Y ngayon, yung ating percentage ng na in-extract sa ating turbine, so what will be ngayon yung fraction naman ng papunta sa condenser? Again, that is a fraction. That is a percentage. So, kung kinuha natin, in-extract natin yung Y, ano ngayon, in-extract natin yung Y, papunta sa ating feed water heater directly. So, ano namang fraction ng steam natin yung magko-continue papunta sa ating condenser?
1 minus y po.
Okay. So, we have 1 minus Y. Okay. So, ngayon, yung 1 minus Y natin, i-condense natin yan. So, ang fraction pa din ng steam natin papunta sa ating state point 4 is still 1 minus Y. Di ba? Tapos, sa state point 5 natin, still 1 minus Y pa din yung ating papasok na steam dyan. Yung percentage ng steam natin. And then, magsasama sila sa ating open feed water heater. So, yung papasok, yung lalabas ngayon sa ating open feed water heater, that is already 100% or 1. Kasi, napag-combine na natin yung in-extract natin na Y sa state point 2 at yung ating pumasok sa condenser na 1 minus Y. Okay, so naintindihan ba yung ating flow ng mass, ng ating percentage ng masses sa ating feed water heater saka sa condenser? Okay, so that will be important later kasi makikita natin kung paano siya magagamit. Okay, so let's have naman our TS diagram. Sa exam nga pala natin, I have mentioned that yung hinihingi is schematic diagram and TS diagram. So yung iba, hindi na ata nakapaglagay ng TS diagram. Okay, so we have here our TS diagram naman. Again, this is ideal. And then our state point 1 is yung ating superheated steam na lumabas galing sa ating boiler. And then at some point dito sa ating superheated region is i-extract natin yung ating steam. Pero magpapatuloy pa din yung ating expansion. And then kapag done na yung expansion, papasok naman yung steam natin sa ating condenser. So this is our state point 2, state point 3, tapos state point 4 natin, ipapump natin ngayon yung lumabas ng condenser. And then magtatagpo yung ating state point 2, yung extracted steam natin, at saka yung ating steam from our condenser. Okay? And then, ipapump natin yung ating pinagsamang steam sa open feed water heater papunta sa ating boiler. And then, sa boiler naman natin is papainitin siya para maging superheated vapor. Okay, so this is state point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so this is our schematic diagram and our TS diagram. Okay na tayo dito? Okay, so I think, ayan pala. So let's have first pala yung ating known values. Ano ba yung mga known values natin? So sabi dyan, steam enters the turbine as 15 MPa and 600 degrees Celsius. So our pressure 1 is equals to 15 MPa and our T1 is equals to 600 degrees Celsius. Okay, so ano pa? So, and is condensed in the condenser at the pressure of 10 kPa. So, yung ating condenser pressure, so ano yung condensing pressure natin? That is our state point 3. That is our state point 3, which is also, again, yung ating sa condenser natin, we have constant pressure heat rejection. So, our P3, that is equals to our P4, and that is equals to 10 kPa. Tapos, sinabi din dito that some steam leaves the turbine at the pressure of 1.2 MPa. So, yung ating extraction pressure dito at state point 2, that will be 1.2 MPa. So, our P2 is equals to 1.2 MPa. Okay, so yun lang yung mga na-mention natin na given. Ayan. So that will be our known. And then for the required naman natin, ang required natin dyan is the fraction of steam extracted. So yung fraction of steam extracted natin, that is our Y. And then, the thermal efficiency of the cycle. So we are going to solve also for our thermal efficiency ng cycle. So for our assumption, syempre this is an ideal cycle. So we are going to assume that we have a steady state condition. And then our potential energy and kinetic energy, change in potential and kinetic energy is negligible. Okay, so with that, we can start with our analysis. Okay, so I think naman na-establish na natin yung ating phase ng bawat state points. So madali na nating makukuha yung ating state points 1 to 7. Okay, so I will be giving you until 9 a.m. So mamaya, I will be calling somebody to present yung ating bawat state points. Okay, so ang gagawin nyo, kukunin nyo yung ating parameters na kailangan from state point 1 to state point 7. And then I'll be going to call somebody later after 25 minutes. I think that will be enough na for you to find uh, yung ating state points 1 to 7. And then you are going to present your work later. Kung sino man yung matatawag natin. Okay, so you can start solving for our state points. So pinakita ko na naman yung ating TS diagram. So alam nyo na yung magiging phase natin. And then that is just the same process naman kung alin yung ating constant entropy at yung alin yung pump natin dyan. So again, yung pump natin, that is a constant volume. Constant volume process. Sa condenser natin at sa boiler, that will be constant pressure. Sa turbine natin ay isentropic. Okay. So, kompleto naman yung pressures natin dyan. Tatlo yung pressures natin na binigay dyan. We have our pressure, yung pressure 1 natin, that is 15 MPa. Yung pressure 2 natin, sinabi naman na 1.2 MPa. And then, yung pressure 3 natin, that is 10 kPa. So, that is 0.01 MPa. Okay, so yan. Para din pala mas madali nyo ma-identify kung alin yung pare-pareho ang pressure. So, sa test diagram natin, pare-pareho ng pressure ang 7 at 1. Pare-pareho ng pressure ang 5, 6 at 2. Then, pareho ng pressure yung ating 4 and 3. Okay, so you may start solving for our 7 state points. And then at 9 a.m., we are going to call somebody to present their work. Okay, clear ba yung gagawin? Okay, excuse me lang muna. Have you taken pala yung screenshot ng ating problem? So, hindi ko pala nasabi sa inyo, no? Okay, so, yung iba na hindi nakapag-screenshot ng problem, kindly take a screenshot na. so that you can proceed with our problem solving. Or sige, dito na lang pala. Dito ko na lang siya ilalagay. Okay, tapos na ba in having your state points? State points 1 to 7. How about the others? Di pa tapos? Okay, so I will give you an extension, no? Hanggang 9-10. Tapos na naman siguro hanggang 9-10. If you have any question naman, you can just raise your hand to raise your concern. Abas, ano yun?
Sir, magkakaroon po ba ng pressure? Ay, ano pong possible pressure po dun po sa state point 5 po?
Yung state point 5 natin. So yung state
Same,
point 5 natin is same pressure with our state point 6. Okay na ba? Yung state point 5 natin, that is
ah,
equal sa ating state point 6.
sige po. Salamat po.
Sige. Okay, so I will just explain kung paano nangyari yon. So, di ba, we have our pressure na extracted steam sa state point 2 natin and pupunta siya sa ating feed water heater. So, ngayon, ang feed water heater natin, meron tayo diyang heat addition. And kapag may heat addition tayo, meron niyang constant pressure. So, kung ano yung pressure natin sa state point 2, yun din yung pressure natin with our state point 6 and our state point 5. So that will be 1.2 MPa.
Ngayon po, sir.
Okay, so it's already 9:10. Kompleto na ba yung state points? Okay, so you have your solution naman. So I will just be noting kung ano yung mga nakuha yung enthalpies. Okay, so who wants to volunteer muna sa ating state point 1? Okay, sige. Si Abria. Makakapag-present ka ba ng screen?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, so kindly present your screen and then present yung ating pagkuha ng state point 1.
So for our state point 1 po, we have here given P1 which is equal to 15 MPa po, and our T1 is equal to 600 degrees Celsius. By looking at the table 2 po, at P1 is equal to 15 MPa, our Tsat po is equal to 342.24 degrees Celsius. And by comparing it po, 600 degrees Celsius is greater than 342.24 degrees Celsius. So it is superheated vapor. So we will going to look po at table 3, and at 15 MPa at 600 degrees Celsius, our H1 will be going to 3582.3 kilojoule per kilogram, and our S1 is equal to 6.6776 kilojoule per kilogram po, Kelvin. For our state point ko naman po, doon po sa ating TS diagram, yung work turbine po natin is yung nasa right side po. So, it is constant entropy po. So, our S1 is equal to S2 and also equal to our S3 po. So, our S1 is equal to S2 which is 6.6776 kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin. So, meron po tayong given na P2 which is equal to 1.2 MPa. By looking at table 2 po, 1.2 MPa, our SF is equal to 2.2166 kilojoule per kilogram, and our SG po is equal to 6.5233 kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin. And by comparing it po, our SF is less than our S2 and our S2 is greater than our SG. So it is a superheated vapor. So we will going to look for table 3 at 1.2 MPa. Hindi po exact yung values doon, so we will going to interpolate. Yung 6.6776 po ay in between po ng 6.6672 at saka po ng ating 6.6918. So, ang enthalpy po ng 6.672 is equal to 2853.1. Tapos po, ang enthalpy naman po ng 6.6918 is equal to 2865.1. By interpolating po, ang makukuha po nating H2 will be going to 2858.173171. So, our state point 3 naman po,
Okay, so thank you. That's okay na. Class, can you confirm kung pareho kayo nang nakuha with our state point 1 and state point 2? Same naman. Okay, so thank you kay Abria. Hindi pa po. Okay, so I want Adri naman to continue yung ating calculations. Okay, so who wants to have our for state point 3 naman? So who can continue? Sige, Reyes, you can have yung ating state point number 3. Makapag-present ka ba ng screen?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, sige. Kindly present yung sagot.
So for the state point 3 po, S1 is equal to S2 and it is equal din po sa S3. So ang S3 po natin is 6.6776 kilojoules per kilogram Kelvin. So by looking at our table 2 po, and our pressure is 0.01 MPa, ang SF po natin is 0.6493, SFG is 7.5009, and ang SG po natin is 8.1502. So ang SF po natin is less than our S3 and our S3 po is less than our SG. So it is a wet mixture po. By getting the quality po, S3 minus SF over SFG is equal to 6.6776 minus 0.6493 over 7.5009 is equal to 0.8036768921. By getting our H3 po, it is equal to HF plus X, HFG is equal to 191.83 times our quality X multiplied by 2392.8. So our H3 po is 2114.868067.
Okay, so thank you. How about the others? Can you confirm kung tama yung nakuha niya for our state point 3? Okay, so let's proceed with our state point 4. Sige, Arena, proceed with the presentation of your answer.
So let's proceed po sa state point 4. So ang state point 4 po ay ang pressure po ay 0.01 MPa and based po dun sa ating TS diagram, state point 4 is at saturated liquid line po. So ibig sabihin ang kukunin po natin ay from table 2 which are yung HF at yung VF po. So ang HF po natin ay 191.83 kilojoule per kilogram at yung VF po naman natin ay 1.0102 kilojoule per kilogram.
Okay, can you proceed na with state point 5 natin?
Ako rin po.
Sige.
Sige.
Nakita ko na din kasi yung calculations mo, so it's a continuation naman. So kindly proceed na din with state point 5.
Okay po. So, ito po. Let's proceed naman po sa state point 5. State point 5 po natin, meron po tayong pressure na 1.2 MPa. And looking at our TS diagram, it is at the subcooled region po. So, first, let's get the work pump 1. Ang formula niya po ay specific volume times yung delta P po natin. Ang delta P po natin is pressure 5 minus pressure 4 po. So, yun po ay 1.0102 times 1.2 minus 0.01. Tapos makukuha po natin yung work pump 1 po natin which is 1.202138 kilojoule per kilogram. And then getting our H5 po, gagamitin po natin yung ating diagram which is yung pagpasok po ng work pump 1 at pagpasok po ng ating H4 will result to our H5 po. Ang work pump po natin again ay 1.202138 plus yung pong ating H4 which is yung nakuha po natin kaninang HF ay 191.83. That results to our H5 193.032138 kilojoule per kilogram.
Okay, so thank you kay Arena. So ano nga yung nakuhang H5 natin? Hindi ko lang siya na-note.
193.032138
193.03
po.
2138.
Apo.
So thank you. Same naman nung nakuha kay Arena with our H4 and H5. Okay. So let's proceed with our H6 and state point 6 and state point 7. So who wants to have the presentation? Others? Sino pa? Okay, sige. Si Sumadsad, kindly have the presentation for state point 6 and 7.
Hello po, audible po ba?
Pakinig naman.
For state point 6 po, we have pressure na 1.2 MPa. Then, it is saturated liquid po. For specific volume po, basing on table 2, the specific volume is 1.1385 times 10 raised to negative 3 m cube over kilogram. Then for H6 po is 798.65 kilojoule per kilogram. Then for state point 7 po, we have pressure of 15 MPa. Then para po makuha yung H7, kukunin po muna yung work pump 2 in, which is equal to specific volume times change in pressure po ng pressure 7 minus pressure 6 po. Then, work pump 2 in is equal to 15.7113 kilojoule per kilogram. Then, for H7 po, H6 plus work pump 2 in is equal to 814.3613 kilojoule per kilogram po.
Okay, so pakiulit yan ng H7 natin. I mean, ano yung nakuhang H7?
114.3613 kilojoule.
Ano yun? H7 natin. 814? Tama?
Yes po.
0.3613. Yan, okay. So that is kilojoules per kilogram. Okay, so okay naman tayo with yung pagkuha ng ating state points. How about the others? Nakuha din ba yung ating state points 1 to 7? Ayan. Okay, so next naman, kapag nakuha na natin yung ating state points, again binigyan ko na ng partial points yung ating state points with our problem. So kapag every state points na nakuha nyo, that is already 1 point sa ating examination. Okay, so ito yung nakuha natin na state enthalpies ng ating state points 1 to 7. So now, we are going to have our analysis for our required. So, ang required natin, first is our steam extracted. So, ang hinahanap dyan is itong Y natin. Since yung Y nga natin, that is our steam extracted sa ating turbine. So, paano ngayon natin malalaman kung ano yung ating yung fraction na yon, yung percentage ng steam na yon na napunta sa ating na lumabas sa ating turbine. Okay, so kung makikita natin, yung Y natin, ito, yung ating steam extracted, is papasok sa feed water heater, and then, yun yung 1 minus Y natin, which is fraction nung tumuloy sa ating condenser, is ipapump papunta sa ating feed water heater. So, ito, 1 minus Y, and then this is also 1 minus Y. So, pagsasamahin sila sa ating feed water heater para maging 100%. So, para makuha yung Y natin, we can have the energy balance sa ating open feed water heater. Okay, so let's have a separate graph dito or separate illustration diagram. Okay, so we have our We have here our open feed water heater. And then, ito yung galing sa ating turbine. Anong state points yung galing sa turbine natin na-extract? That is state point 2. So that is our state point 2. So we will have our H5. At yung mass ng ating steam is, or yung fraction ng ating steam is Y. And then, yung papasok din sa ating open feed water heater is yung ating state point 5, 'di ba? So yung state point 5 natin, ang mass fraction naman niya is 1 minus Y. So we have here, okay, 2 pala to, but 5 yung nalagay ko. This is H2. And then this is H5. At yung fraction naman ng steam na papasok from state point 5 is 1 minus Y. Magsasama sila sa ating open feed water heater para maging ating H6, and that is already 100% or 1. Okay? So by energy balance, that is energy in minus energy equals energy out. Okay, so energy in natin, that is Y times H2 plus H5 times 1 minus Y equals H6 times 1. Okay, so simplify lang natin, that is YH2 plus H5 minus H5Y, YH5 is equals to H6. So separate lang natin yung may Y, that is YH2 minus YH5 is equals to H6 minus H5. Okay, so sige, factor out muna natin para mas makita yung ating yung pagsisimplify natin. So we have H2 minus H5 dito equals H6 minus H5 over H2 minus H5. So our Y, or yung steam extracted natin, will be H6 minus H5 over H2 minus H5. Okay? So yan ngayon yung magiging formula natin para makuha natin yung ating mass of steam extracted from our turbine. Okay? So may H6 naman tayo, may H5, may H2, and that is H6. Okay? So naintindihan naman kung paano natin nakuha yung ating formula for the steam extracted. How about the others? Nakuha? Yan. Okay? So ngayon, since meron naman tayo nung ating H6, H5 at H2, makukuha nyo na yung ating mass of the steam extracted. So pakikuha nga, what will be the value ng ating extracted mass. Okay, so may sagot na rito si Hernandez. How about the others? So H6 natin, that is 798.65. H5 is 193. And then H2 natin is, tama ba H2? H2 natin is, ito, 2858.173171. Okay, so medyo iba lang ata yung nakuha ni Abrea at Dehan. Okay, malayo talaga kasi 22 naging 29. So kindly check, paki-check kung alin yung tama natin dyan. Okay, so again ang kinukuha natin is fraction. So kahit hindi na natin siya i-percent. But then that's valid naman. Same pa din naman yung kanilang value. So I think ang tama is yung 22. Yung 0.22. 0.227236. Others, kindly confirm nga bakit yung nakukuha ng iba is 0.29 kaya. Paki-try nga ulit. We have H6. H6 natin is 798.65. Tama ba? Let me check din yung values ng enthalpy. 798.65. Okay. And then H2 natin, 2,858. And then, okay, ano yun?
Sir, ano po, yung denominator nyo po ay H6, dapat po ay H5 po. Yung sa Y po.
Okay, sorry for that. Ayan. So, H6 minus H5 over H2 minus H5. Tama? Okay, so, ngayon, nagkasundo na ba? We have yung 0.22 nga. Tama, okay. So, paki-edit na lang kasi nagkamali pala ako ng sulat dito. Tapos, hindi niya nasabi ko sa inyo. So, ang ating fraction of steam is 0.2272367032. And that will be yung ating isang required. Okay na tayo for our mass fraction of the steam extracted. Ayan. Okay, so next, we will have yung ating... Wait na. Kasya pa ba dito? Sige, singit ko na lang din dito. Okay, ang next kasi natin kukunin is the thermal efficiency. So yung thermal efficiency natin, again yung formula niya is our work net over our Q in. Tama? Can you confirm? Excuse me. Okay. So we have yung ating work muna ng turbine. So paano natin kukunin yung ating work ng turbine? So 'di ba we have our turbine dito? And then pumasok dito yung ating H1. And then, at some point, in-extract natin yung ating H2. At yung mass ng steam niya is Y. And then, some steam ay nagdiretso pa din sa ating state point 3, wherein ang kanya namang fraction is we have 1 minus Y. Okay, so clear naman tayo dito, no? Excuse me. Okay. So, ngayon, ang i-determine natin is yung work na nakuha natin dito. So, dalawa yung magiging work natin dito. So, we have our first work is... So, burahin muna natin ito, yung pangalawa. Focus muna tayo dun sa isa nating process. Yung H1, tapos lumabas yung H2. Okay, so, energy in natin is H1, and then workout natin is our work 1 plus, again, that is Y times H2. So, kasi ito ay hindi ko nalalagyan ng 1, but that is 100%. Kaya that is H1 lang. So, our work 1 ng turbine natin, that will be our H1 minus Y times H2. Okay? Clear ba kung bakit nakuha yung ating work 1 or yung una nating work? Okay naman tayo doon. Okay. So, next, if you have our turbine pa din dito, yung H2 natin at H2, so di ba nilabas natin, but then, H2 pa din yung ating i-continue, or siguro mas maganda if we have our TS diagram dito. Para mas madali natin siyang ma-explain. So, di ba we have our H1 dito, state point 1 dito, And then we have our state point 2 dito. And then state point 3 dito. Okay. So, ang una nating work is at state point 1 and state point 2. And then, our state point 2 to state point 3 is another work naman, is another work done. So, yung magiging entry natin, papasok sa atin is our H2. At yung lalabas naman is our H3. And then, we have our workout or work 2 natin. Wait lang. Okay, so sorry for that pala ha. Wala palang Y ito. Ito. Kasi 100% pala nga ito. Sorry. Okay, so this will be our work 1 tapos lalabas yung ating H2. So after pa pala nung work natin, saka pa mag-extract kaya hindi pa natin lalagyan ng mass of steam dito. So this will be H1 minus H2 for our first work. So yung second work natin, yung pangalawa nating work, that is papasok ngayon yung ating H2, but then yung papasok na H2 natin is, yung magko-continue natin is our 1 minus Y. And then lalabas is our 1 minus Y. So, ang magiging energy natin dito is our H2 times 1 minus Y. And then lalabas naman yung ating work 2 plus our 1 minus Y times our H3. So, simplifying, we can have our work 2 to be H2 minus H3 times 1 minus Y. Okay? So, clear ba tayo sa ating work ng turbine? Sorry, medyo nakalito. Nakalito tuloy yung una kong sinabi. So, we have our, yung work 1 natin, that is H1 minus H2. Kasi 100% ng steam yung ma-extract natin from our state point 1 to our state point 2. Tama? Okay, so ngayon, pag na-extract na, pag na-expand tayo from state point 1 to state point 2, after state point 2, mababawasan na ng Y yung ating steam. So, yung papasok na H2, or yung magtutuloy na H2 natin is our 1 minus Y. So, yung 1 minus Y natin, that is the mass ng magtutuloy. So, that will be H2 times 1 minus Y. And then, yung magiging pinaka-output natin ngayon is our work 2 at saka yung ating H3. And again, yung H3 natin, may mass fraction siya na 1 minus Y. So, yung work 2 natin is H2 minus H3 times 1 minus Y. Okay, so, naintindihan ba yung sa ating work ng turbine? Okay. Listen lang natin to. Ten po. Okay. Ano yun? Binasifra?
Sir, ask ko lang po, paano po nagpasok yung H2 tas lumabas H3 kung
Okay.
parehas po to?
So, 'di ba? At a certain point, e-extract natin yung ating steam or yung Y natin. So, mababawasan ngayon yung mass ng steam at state point 2. Yung state point 2 natin, mababawasan ngayon ng 1 minus Y yung ating steam. So, this will be 1 and then this is 1 minus Y. Nabawasan na yung steam na mag-expand papunta sa ating state point 3. Kumbaga hindi naman siya literally pumasok, nasa turbine pa din siya, but then H2 yung magiging pinaka-input natin para ma-solve natin yung second part ng ating work.
Thank you po, sir.
Okay, so we can now continue. So makuha na natin yung ating work 1 at yung ating work 2. So yung work 1 natin or work ng turbine 1 is our H1 minus H2 and our work 2 naman is H2 minus H3 times 1 minus Y. Okay, so we have our enthalpies naman and meron na tayong value ng ating Y. So pakikuha, what will be the value ng ating work ng turbine 1 at work ng turbine 2? Okay, so for work 1, may nakuha na dito. We have 724.12683. And this is kilojoules per kilogram. And then for our work 2 is 574.8, wait lang, 3,989,027 kilojoules per kilogram. Okay, so how about the others? Same ba na nakuha with nandito sa ating chat box? Okay. So okay na tayo for our work ng turbine. Work ng turbine. So next natin is our work ng pump. Okay, so para pala hindi nakakalito, gawin natin work ng turbine 1 and work ng turbine 2. Okay, so for work naman ng pump natin, kung babalikan natin, makikita nyo na dalawa yung pump natin dyan. Okay. So we have our work ng pump. Unahin natin yung work pump 1. Okay. So yung work ng pump natin kanina is makukuha na natin yun, di ba? So ano yung nakuha nyo kanina for work ng pump? Yung work ng pump natin between our state point 4 and state point 5.
1.202138 po.
Okay, so we have 1.202138. How about yung ating second pump?
15.7113 po.
7113. So this is kilojoules per kilogram. Kilojoules per kilogram. Okay, so balikan natin ngayon yung ating schematic diagram. So kung makikita natin, yung fraction ng steam na dumaan sa ating pump 1 is only 1 minus y. Samantala yung sa pump 2 natin, that is 100% ng ating steam. Kasi sa state point 2 natin is pinagsama na natin yung dalawang point natin. So magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng difference sa ating work ng pump 1. Kasi again, yung fraction ng steam or ng fluid na dumaan sa ating pump 1 is only 1 minus y of the total fluid. So yung work ng pump 1 natin ay imumultiply natin ngayon sa 1 minus y. Itong work pump 2 naman natin, imumultiply lang yan ng 100%, so that is just 1. So what will be the value? Meron tayong y, so makukuha nyo yung ating work pump 1. So what will be the work pump 1 natin? So we have 0.928968141, that is kilojoules per kilogram. And then for work pump 2 naman natin, that is just the same. 15.7113 kilojoules per kilogram. Okay, so next, ano pang kailangan natin? We have our Q-in. For Q-in naman natin, that is only yung ating, okay, you have question, Kokosa?
Sir, ano nga pong ginawa dun sa work pump 1?
Yung work pump po natin, so balikan natin yung ating schematic diagram. So kasi, in finding the work, i-consider natin yung ating fraction nung fluid na pumasok sa kanya. So yung work, yung pump natin, yung pump po natin is this one, di ba? Let me change lang yung color. So ito yung ating pump 1, di ba? So yung pump 1 natin, ang pumasok sa kanyang fraction ng steam is only 1 minus y. Kasi yung y natin is na-extract natin at state point 2. At state point 3 naman, yung fraction of steam natin is 1 minus y, and then dadaan sa condenser, still 1 minus y pa din naman yung ating fraction ng steam. So yun yung ipapump natin into state point 5, and again, wala pa din tayo naging addition ng ating steam. Kaya 1 minus y pa din yung ating fraction of steam. So dito, sa work pump po natin, since may nakuha na tayong work ng pump kanina, i-consider pa din natin yung mass of steam na pumasok sa ating pump 1. So yung pump 1 natin will be yung ating na-compute na work ng pump, imumultiply natin sa 1 minus y. So siguro I should have the schematic for pump 1 dito. So pumasok is H state point, ano bang state point yon? Yung pumasok sa pump, state point 4. Lumabas is state point 5. At yung fraction ng steam natin is 1 minus y, 1 minus y, and then we have our work ng pump 1. So for work ng pump 1, that is H5 minus H4 times, okay, that is H4 H5 times 1 minus y minus H4 times 1 minus y, simplifying, magiging H5 minus H4, 1 minus y. So ito lang yung formula natin for our work ng pump 1. And then for work pump 2 naman, 100% na yung pumasok sa ating pump pump 2. So yung pump 2 natin, nag-combine na yung ating y at y minus 1, so 100% na. Kaya hindi na natin multiplyan ng y yung ating yung pump work natin na nakuha at state point 7. Okay, so I think okay na ba tayo? Nasagot ba naman yung tanong?
Apa, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so that is for our work pump 2. So ang next natin is the Q-in. So ang Q-in naman natin, that is saan tayo nagkaroon ng heat addition in the system? Sa boiler lang. So yung boiler natin, if you have our boiler here, pumasok yung H7, lumabas is our H1, and then pumasok yung ating Q-in. So we have our H1, our Q-in. Ang Q-in natin is H1 minus H7. So what will be the value ng ating Q-in? So we have 2767.4387 kilojoules per kilogram. How about the others? Same ba na nakuha kay Abrea? 27, okay, si Kokoso daw is 2761. So kindly confirm what is the heat added natin. Two 2767.9387. How about the others? Ano yung nakuha nyo? We have our H1 minus H7. So we have 2767.93. 9387. Okay, so I think that is correct. Itong ating 2767.9387. So now, pwede na natin kunin yung ating thermal efficiency kasi siya is equals to our work net. So that is work ng turbine minus our work ng pump over our Q-in. Okay, so what will be the value ng ating thermal efficiency? So, paki-add muna nung mga work ng turbine natin saka work ng pump. Tapos, pagmamainasin yung inyong total na nakuha and then over Q-in.
After getting all the enthalpies, we can now solve for our heat water equation for mass balance.
Okay, so we have 0.4631191665 or 46%. Okay, so that is just still the same naman. Okay, so that will be our thermal efficiency. So kung makikita natin, we have 46% of thermal efficiency. Comparing dun sa nakukuha natin with simple Rankine cycle, if you have simple Rankine cycle, umaabot lang yan ng 30 20 to 30 or maabot din naman, 20 to 30% yung nagiging thermal efficiencies natin. So makikita natin with ideal regenerative cycle, Rankine cycle, is nag-i-increase yung ating thermal efficiency. So with this ideal calculations, nakikita talaga natin yung improvement when we are going to use yung ating regenerative Rankine cycle. Okay, so are we clear with the discussion today? So do you have any questions? Kalibot?
Sir, may nagpapatanong lang po. Dun sa kabilang handle niyo daw po na section, si Delayan daw po, kung pwede daw po siya makisit in sa natin, sa quiz daw po natin sa Wednesday.
Okay, hindi ko nag-email nga pala siya, hindi ko pala nare-replyan. Pakisabi na lang pwede naman na dito na lang siya sumama sa Wednesday. Pero
Sige po.
kasi ang gagawin ko din pala is sa Wednesday na lang din yung quiz nila, sana. If papayag sila na magkameron ng klase bukas.
Sige po sir, sabihin ko po. Salamat po.
Ako na lang, i-chat ko na lang din. Okay, so do you have any other questions? Concerns? Wala na? Okay, so I will be posting yung pag-uploadan nyo ng inyong naging solution, and again, that will be for your attendance for today. If you don't have any other question, you can now leave the meeting.
Hindi po, sir.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po sir.
Thank